Good morning. Today is Friday the 13th and the 13th day of NaNoWriMo. So I managed to get quite a bit of writing done last night. Honestly, I think it was probably my most productive day yet. I broke 7,000 words last night. And I did this, it started off a little slow. Like I said a few videos back, it tends to flow in about a 4-hour sequence. The first hour, 45 minutes to an hour, tend to drag a little bit. And that's really just trying to get into the rhythm and get the story flowing the way that you need it to. But, like I've said before, you really can't expect it to flow until you turn the faucet on. Once the faucet's on and it starts to trickle out at first, and then before long you've got a solid stream just flowing out. And once you get to that stage, for the most part it will continue to flow until you start closing that lever, when you start running out of steam. And for me that happens usually about the 3.5 hour to 4 hour mark. Hours 2 and 3 are usually pretty successful for me. But, I broke over 7,000 words in one session last night. That put my grand total up. I am right at 19,000 words, and still just a few thousand words behind schedule. But I'm thinking I can keep this going, and I know I've said it numerous times that I'll be, either on or ahead of schedule pretty soon. And something always seems to happen to keep that from happening, but I believe this time I'm going to be able to finally break that mark. I started hitting a good area that I know where the story is going, and with my outline anyway, I have a pretty good bare bones of what needs to happen, which that's what I was aiming for with my outline in the first place. I need the structure so I can fill in the blanks, and I have that, but it still can be a little bit hard to fill in those blanks sometimes, especially when you're not really sure the angle that you want to take with a particular scene. Now, with this scene last night, it was, like I say, it started out kind of slow. I was trying to work in a little bit of suspense. I don't know if I achieved that or not. I'll be able to get a little bit better handle on that when I go back for revisions later on. But I wanted a suspenseful tone to it. Then, once I pulled it out, I wanted to do a blend. I wanted to get my characters involved, kind of work on the way they think, work on the way that they flow together, and add a little bit of comedy, but at the same time maintain that kind of dark, suspenseful tone I've been looking for. And I managed that, or at least I believe I managed that last night. I had my first ever D&D style game session within my written works. Now, anybody that knows me knows that I've played Dungeons & Dragons for the past 20-something years. I'm by no means an original player. I didn't start the game in the beginning in, 78 or so, whenever it was created. I'm not that old. But I did begin back when I was in high school, and quite honestly, that experience changed my life. I wouldn't be who I am today, I wouldn't be where I am today, if I'd never discovered gaming. Now, I've kind of hinted at the idea or the concept of my characters playing D&D or a similar style game, but I've never officially had it in a story before now. In this book, I was finally able to make that happen. I had my 3 characters get together, they're role-playing, I gotta have one of them as the GM, so therefore I was explaining kind of what's happening in their game through a GM's viewpoint. And then I had my various characters responding. And really by doing this, it also allowed me to kind of touch on the lit RPG side of writing, which is something I've veered away from, in part because I'm not real sure how I would like it. I've read a couple of what I would call precursors to the lit RPG genre. Like Piers Anthony's Kilobyte is a fantastic book. Probably one of the first books of its type, at least to my knowledge, that dealt with computer gaming and the virtual reality side of kind of what we have always expected VR type stuff to be like. More so than even what it is today. Just a fully immersive video game where you jump inside it and become the character. I believe that Kilobyte was probably one of the precursors to the lit RPG genre. I've had a few friends of mine try to talk me into exploring the lit RPG style of writing, and I just don't know if that's the road that I want to take yet. I enjoy gaming. I don't really know if I would like to add the gaming style in, but I got to explore that a little bit with this session last night, and it was really kind of successful. Those last 3,000 words, they just flowed out. I was sitting there writing. Last time I looked at the clock was like midnight, and finally when I looked up it was like 2:30 in the morning, and I was like, crap, I need to go to bed. So it was really good to have a truly good night of writing last night, and I look forward to that happening again. Now, on a slightly different note, here this next week, at least where I live, hunting season starts, and I intend to go hunting, so I'm adding another thing on top of my already pretty full schedule. Technically 2 things, because I agreed to take over management of another set of things yesterday as well, but I've got a little bit of time to make that work. That probably won't really kick into full effect until after November anyway. Right now I'm just kind of getting the blocks in place, so when I do fully start integrating everything or making it work, I will have everything in place already. And then I can just go down my checklist and get things done that way. Anyway, I am going to call that for this video. I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully with another several thousand words. Talk to you then. Bye.